Hey everyone, it's McKenna, and I know that this setup sucks and that I'm wearing the same outfit, but honestly I could have a better setup right now, but my room is a disaster and I didn't feel like cleaning it at all. I really just didn't want to clean it. And as far as the outfit goes, I'm filming the same day as I was in my eyebrow routine. I just really felt like filming today. And so I am filming in the same outfit because why change when I like the shirt a lot? Looks like pretty curtains, doesn't it? I feel like that's what it looks like, but I like my pretty curtain shirt. Today I'm going to be filming a tag video, and I know that the sweater weather tag is going around, but honestly I don't like that tag at all. I feel like it's really boring. So today I'm going to be doing my first tag, and my first tag, like the first thing you've ever done kind of tag. You know what I'm talking about, right? I just really like this tag and I've been watching a lot of them lately, so I figured might as well. I mean, you guys get to know me better and maybe you like this tag as well. I don't know. The first question is, what was your first word? And my first word was Kiki, I think. I was trying to say kitty. I loved cats. I've always loved cats, but I've never had a cat because my dad is super allergic, so I wasn't able to have one growing up, and that's always been so depressing. But I'll get one someday when I have my own place. First stuffed animal, I honestly do not remember what my first stuffed animal was. I think it was this little lamb thing and it was a rattle. I think that was my first one, but I don't remember. The first toy I have that I can really remember is a doll that I got when my brother was born, and I named it Jackie Rhett, and I still have it. Well, my parents have it, but I still have it. They use it as baby Jesus at Christmas time, so I couldn't take it with me, naturally. First friend. My first friend is my friend Brad. We've been friends since I was a baby, since we can even remember. I don't really talk to him too much anymore. I'll talk to him every once in a while, but yeah, he's my first friend ever, first friend that I can really remember. And we were best buds. We used to watch Magic School Bus together, so you know it's serious. First school crush. My first school crush was this guy that I can't remember his name, but all the girls were in love with him, and I used to sit behind the dumpster with him during recess, and we would just talk, and I would tell him how much I liked him, and we'd just, talk, whatever. But depressing part of the story, he ended up moving to Hawaii halfway through our kindergarten year, so that love didn't last long. But my next school crush was this guy named Ryan, I think, and he used to take me out to ice cream all the time, so yeah. What was your first tweet? I actually just looked this up earlier, but my first tweet was, I kissed a girl and I liked it, and it had a little kissy lips and little music notes, so my guess is I was listening to that song at the time. What was your first YouTube video? My first YouTube video we're not going to talk about because honestly I don't remember it, and it was a long time ago. Confession time, I had a beauty channel before this when I was like a freshman in high school, but it was really horrible, and I hope none of my subscribers were subscribed to that channel because that would be a little embarrassing because it sucked. But yeah, my first YouTube video ever was on that channel, but my first YouTube video on this channel was a review of my Luxie hair extensions, and if you're wondering, those extensions suck. Don't buy them. They're so horrible. I'm looking to get some new ones right now actually, and I think I'm going to do luxury for princess, I think. I don't know, but I think so. Because I've heard good things about them and I want to ombre them, and I've seen people ombre them, so why not? Who was the first person you subscribed to on YouTube? The first person I subscribed to on YouTube, I believe, was Juicy Star 07, and she is kind of the reason I started doing YouTube videos. The real reason I started doing YouTube videos was probably Arden. Yeah, I would say Arden. But yeah, Juicy Star 07 was the first person I was subscribed to. What was your first Facebook profile picture? I will insert that right here. And that isn't my very first one ever. I kind of deleted all my super old ones because they were all really ugly, but this is the first one I have on Facebook. Do you still talk to your first love? This is complicated because I mean, the first person I said I was in love with, no, I don't talk to him anymore. Not at all. What was your first alcoholic drink? Well, I'm 18, so I'm a little one, so yeah. What was your first job? My first job ever was a nanny, but if you're talking like first job W-2 forms, like legit kind of direct deposit first job, it was Famous Dave's in Idaho. That was my very first like real job. I don't know. I thought nannying's a real job too. It's just different. I don't know. What was your first car? My first car was a 96, I think. I'm not sure, but it was a white Toyota Camry and I paid for it all by myself and it was a great car, but a week after I paid it off, I crashed it, so I don't have that car anymore. It's totaled. The back door fell off, like, it was bad. Who was the first person to text you today? I never read my text messages, but the first person who texted me was my best friend, Kylie. I still need to text her back. I'm just so bad at texting. Like, if you're watching this and you text me, I'm sorry, I don't text back. I mean, I have like over 30 unread messages. I don't text. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? The first person I thought of was Emmett because he takes care of me. No, honestly, like, if he's not home, I sit in my room in the dark, lights off, windows like plugged up, you can't see anything, and I just sit in the dark and watch YouTube videos. I won't eat until he gets home, and usually he doesn't get home until like 9 o'clock, so it's so bad. I'm so dependent on other people. I could never have a place to myself. I would probably starve to death and die. Who was your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher was Miss Ogata, and funny story, in first grade I used to not sit in my chairs, so she took my chair away from me and I was not allowed to sit in a chair for a very long time. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? The first airplane ride I can remember was to North Carolina to visit my dad because he was living there at the time, but my first airplane ride period, I think was to California, but I don't remember at all. Where was your first sleepover? I mean, my first sleepover was probably at a family. I don't know what my first sleepover was. I honestly couldn't tell you. But the first sleepover I'm okay. The first sleepover I can remember was at my friend Mikkel's house when I was like 5 or 6. And yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night and I threw up all over her floor and I ended up having the flu and I got everyone sick. So I have such depressing first memories. What was the first thing you did this morning? I checked my phone and I watched YouTube videos as usual. What was the first concert you ever went to? The first concert I ever went to, like real concert, was actually just back in January and I saw Justin Bieber and it was really awesome. I feel like I've talked about that in a tag video before. Probably. What was your first broken bone? My first broken bone was probably just like my toe. Just stubbed it against the couch and I don't know. I've broken and sprained and effed up a lot of my bones though. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I've been in the hospital. My mom used to say I had frequent flyer miles from how often I'd go to the hospital. Like, it was bad. What was your first piercing? My first piercing was just my lobes right here. Of course, I'm not wearing them right now, but I got these when I was 8 because that was a family rule. We weren't allowed to get our ears pierced till we were 8. We meaning me, because I'm the only girl in my family. What was the first foreign country you've gone to? I've never been to a foreign country before, but I hope my first foreign country I'll ever go to will be France, because I've always really wanted to go there. What was the first movie you remember seeing? The first movie I ever remember seeing is, well, honestly, the first like TV thing I can remember seeing is Bananas in Pajamas, but that was a TV show. So the first movie I remember seeing had to have been like either Toy Story, Winnie the Pooh, or Alice in Wonderland, because I used to watch all 3 of those all the time, but I can't remember which one I watched first. When was your first detention? This is like my first and only detention. It was my sophomore year of high school, and it was on complete accident. Like, my friend and I, we went to the Invisible Children rally, and we thought that afterwards we went to lunch, but I guess you're supposed to go to class, so we ended up getting a detention, and it wasn't even bad. Like, we went 15 minutes before school started. We had to sit in a room for like 10 minutes. We could have our phones, and we had computers, and we just hung out. Like, it was stupid, but I think they were easier on me though, because I was a really good student and I'd never been in trouble, so, and like, I honestly didn't even mean to miss the rest of class, and it didn't hurt my grades at all. I mean, I graduated with like a 4.2, so I mean, whatever. Who was your first roommate? I've never had a roommate before, honestly. I've always had a room all to myself, and I mean, I've shared like houses and stuff. Like, when I moved out of my house, the first person I lived with was my aunt and uncle, so, I mean, I guess they'd be my first roommates. I don't know. I was kind of just living in a room in their house, whatever. What was the first sport you were involved in? Ballet. Ballet was like the first physical sportish thing that I ever did, but if you're looking for a more like sport, if you're one of those people, the first sport I ever did was soccer, so ballet or soccer. You choose what my first sport was. Whatever. What is the first thing you do when you get home? First thing I do is I take off my pants and I put on some sweatpants because I hate wearing pants. And I'm always in sweatpants. When was your first kiss? Oh my gosh. Of course this is the last question. Saving the best for last, right? My first kiss was my freshman year of high school. It was at a debate tournament with my first boyfriend ever. But yeah, it was pretty planned out, very planned out actually. It was really awkward. We were under the stairs at his school with my friend, and we were just sitting under there, and my friend was like, "I'll leave you two alone," and she walked away, and then he was all like, "Oh, so are we gonna do this?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." So like 5 minutes later, I finally go in to kiss him, and it was like so stiff and horrible, and honestly, the first words after the kiss was, do you want to try that again? Like, so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, it was a horrible first kiss. Never plan out your first kiss, but honestly, like, it's not that great. I mean, kissing's cool, but it's not that great. First kisses aren't what they're made out to be. They're actually super awkward, and every first kiss story I've ever heard is also very awkward, so. Sorry, I'm so out of breath. I think I'm getting a cold. So I fanned myself. Okay. So that's the end of this tag. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you have any requests, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments. And also in the down bar, my Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat will all be linked. So if you're interested in any of those, feel free to follow or add me. I will Snapchat you back, I promise. I love Snapchatting, and I actually need more people to Snapchat, so. Thank you again for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time. Bye!